Hi everyone, I'm here today to kind of do a guide about how to do Festival of the Arts at Epcot right. And the reason why I'm doing this is because last year, which was the inaugural year of the festival, I did it completely wrong. I spent way too much money, I was just rushing around, and by the time I was on my way home, I had this huge stomach ache and wondered what on earth happened. So this year, we're gonna go in prepared. All right, so let's get started. What is Festival of the Arts? It's like Food and Wine and an art festival had a baby, but it's even better because there's art from all these different types of artists do these amazing renditions of Disney characters, Disney films. I mean, it's pretty spectacular, and you get all types of different foods than what you would get at Food and Wine Festival. And I don't know about you, but Food and Wine Festival has gotten a little bit too crazy for my liking, so if I go, it's kind of out of spite. Not out of spite. Okay, that's too far. That's really too far. I grin and bear it because it's always so crowded. It reminds me of like the biggest, most expensive college bar in the world, especially when you look at the bathrooms. But I feel like Festival of the Arts, because it's in an off season, it's in February, well, January, February, and you don't really have those types of crowds. I mean, Disney's crowded all the time nowadays, but you don't really have those types of crowds that you do during Food and Wine Festival. And it's partly probably because people are just not knowing how spectacular this festival is yet because it's so new. But I mean, it's definitely a more enjoyable time. And not only that, I feel like the pavilions during Food and Wine Festival are getting, not tired, but I'm getting used to them, and I really want to have new experiences at Disney. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a guide for ourselves. And we're going to make sure that we do Festival of the Arts right this year. Okay, got my thinking cap on. It's new, it says Yosemite. Anyways, and what I did, I printed out the Disney Parks blog, all of the menus that are going to be there this year. And I'm gonna go through them and kind of pick out which ones that sound good to me. Because last year it was a mess. I went with my brother and my sister-in-law, and I don't know if they were judging, but I'm pretty sure that they were passing some sort of judgment. That every single station, every single booth we walked by, I had to get something. And I think part of it was because I definitely wasn't prepared. I wanted to read over the menus, but it kind of just sprung up on me that I was going to go at like the last minute. And I had this, but I got this the day of. So I don't know, I wanna make sure that this year I go in very thoughtfully and realize that it's probably not the last year that Festival of the Arts is going to be offered. And I want to have a plan, a food plan, if you will. Okay, so I just counted what the Disney Parks blog listed as pavilion booths to try, and there's 19. It's so many, it's really ridiculous. Some of them I recognized from last year. Yeah, it's a lot. It's so many. I downsized this and it's still 7 pages long. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot to go through. But I did just read a description of what exactly the Festival of the Arts is celebrating, because it's celebrating art in 3 different disciplines, which are culinary, visual, and performing arts. So, okay, let's get looking through the menus. Okay, it's definitely a good idea that I did this because I got to see a couple of things. Number one, from last year, the EAT, what is it called? E equals AT squared or EAT squared, that's been changed. So it's now called the deconstructed dish, but it has kind of a similar menu. But I went through everything, and it looks like where I'm going to do the most damage is at Morocco. Let's see, where I have selected every single thing that they are offering on their menu. So that's a hummus trifle, Mediterranean flatbread with sitar, it's like a flatbread, and chibakia. Well, it's fried dough with honey, so duh. Another thing that I'm really excited about this year, trying again, is the Pop-Tarts. They're like the fanciest Pop-Tarts in the world. It's like a sugar cookie with some frosting all over the place, and it has strawberry filling. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It's delicious. All right. I feel a little bit more prepared to go on my trip, whenever that may be. I hope I can go, and I hope to see you guys there. Bye.